Many didn't believe in it and some told me to seek therapy. I did what I thought best, and that was to talk with my girl about it. She was reluctant and said hearing about it all will only hurt me even more, but I told her I deserved to know the truth. Every time I kissed her I felt disgusted thinking about how her lips were wrapped around another guy's cock just a month ago. I haven't really touched her either cause I'm so disgusted and she too has noticed that, but at the same time I've masturbated countless times to the thought of her having sex with him. I literally can't get them both out of mind. It infuriates me and turns me on equally. I told her the truth and asked her to tell me the truth too. So she told me she'll be honest about everything. First thing I asked her was if she still thought about him. Yes, it was very hard for her to forget about him cause she thought they just might end up together forever. Did she talk to him again recently? Yes, cause they literally went to the same place every day so they can't avoid each other but didn't really see eye to eye anymore. Why did they have a fallout? She told him about my cuck fantasy and that I was the one who sent her to him. She told that she had broken up with me and wanted him now, but he felt betrayed. Did she still like him? She said no, but I didn't believe her. I known her pretty well so I can tell when she is lying to me. The first time they spent the night together, what was it like? She really tried to avoid this question, but later went on to tell me it was very good. By very good, she meant the best time of her life, but she wouldn't say that out loud. Did she move in with him? Technically yes, even if her stuff was still at her room she spent most of her days with him. She moved in with him mid-April and stayed till first week of October. How often did they have sex? On the most busiest of schedules they had sex a minimum of 3 times a day. On weekends. She told she didn't know. So she had sex with him more number times in a month than I had with her in our entire relationship together. Did they use protection? Not even once. Did she blow him? Every morning he would go down on her, so she obviously had to return the favor. She told me she didn't like giving blowjobs before, but that obviously changed. What were the things he liked to do that turned her on? Taking showers together every morning before going out. Licking her armpits, ass and feet especially when she was sweaty and tired. He loved the reverse cowgirl position. He made her pee and cum in his food often, which I thought only happened in pornography. And finally anal sex, which upon hearing I was a little taken aback cause she had a problem with that. We only tried it once and she told me it hurt her. Anal obviously made her felt scared and insecure. Plus I never really liked anal. He was very into it and had no problem if there was any fecal matter during penetration and always cleaned her up after it and told her it was okay. This made her feel less embarrassed with time and later on they had more of anal sex cause then she didn't even have to take Plan BS. He kept almost all of her lingerie with himself and refused to return it to her. How did they have so much sex? Doesn't the attraction fade with time? Maybe, but when they were in a room together they couldn't keep their hands to themselves. Did they have photos or videos together? She didn't, but he did plenty. He recorded everything they did. I haven't talked to her after this conversation cause I'm still trying to analyze everything. I'm still thinking if I should keep dating her or leave her. I can leave, but she has been with me through some tough times in my life, especially because of my friend's demise. I've never really loved and cared about anyone else like I have about her. Reading everything he did with his new partner who surpasses you in everything only makes me think that he settled with you since the boy felt betrayed because she lied to him and that's why he left her. Brother, realize that you can never match what she felt with this boy and if you stay with her, just think that it is temporary since the boy may want her back. Now what? Why does everything feels wrong? I just broke up with my narcissistic boyfriend of 4 years. He's a textbook narcissist, a serial cheater and just a god-awful man-child. I would love to explain in detail how he is, but I guess you all know how it goes. I felt like I have given my all. I am tired. I am sad. I feel miserable. I really am down in the dumps right now. I also experienced all kinds of abuse. Mental, emotional, spiritual and yes, physical. He punches me in the face when he's mad, choke me till my vision literally darkens, slaps me in the face, throws things. Everything. I always try to fix it in the last 4 years. I chase him when he leaves, sends long messages. I never truly felt happy. Even when we are okay on the back of my mind I just know he's up to something and I do not want to burst our bubble, so I don't speak about it. I just know that in the span of our relationship that he never stopped cheating on me. I have been in no contact since November 17 and blocked him on my social media accounts. I mostly obsess over him though, always checking his posts. The first week he literally announced that he's single and available and just like seems so happy about his freedom, which felt like a punch to the gut. Now, he's on posting sad contents about him being alone and wanting to fix things without really putting in the effort, which confuses me big time. He said that when December comes, he'll move on. He sent me a very insincere email which feels more like an insult because he can't even put together the right words for an apology and express appreciation to our relationship. Now it's December 1st. His last tweet says that he'll move on, that it is time for him to do so. It just feels awful because it feels like it undid the last 2 weeks of my efforts to move on. For me it feels like I need to start over again. Now what? Does it really mean that he'll move on and that the last 4 years for him never happened? I don't know. I am sure that I really want to get better, but whatever he's doing is really messing me up, which is so effed up because we're not even talking. Will my boyfriend think I'm less special because his wife is pregnant? He's not technically my boyfriend, but it's what I like to refer him as. He's married and has told me that his wife is pregnant. I feel that I won't be as special to him. She's giving him something I can't, at least not purposefully. I feel I'll be his second choice from now on. I still feel that he loves me, but I can't get it out of my head that I won't be as important to him. Is this true or am I being paranoid? You're a side piece, of course you're last on his list. He only see you as fuck toy and you need to learn your place if you want to be a side chick. The lack of self-respect is real. Disgusting. My boyfriend cheated on me with 2 confirmed guys. I'm 20 bi and my BF 20 bi. We started out as Facebook friends. He loved my posts and I loved his, leaving comments on each other's posts, that kind of stuff. A few months later he confessed that he liked me and that he wanted to court me and how he imagines having a future with me. I waited for 2 months to finally answer him and then I said, yes. Where I'm from, it's pretty common for couples to share their social media accounts. So he gave me the details of his Facebook and I gave him the details of mine. It was all good and I noticed he was almost always on my account. The log and notification kept popping from time to time. He was on my account much more frequently than I was, but I never tried to log into his. I trusted him that much. I told him everything, every single one of my worries, fears, and how I was molested during prom. He listened, or that's what I believe he did. He sent me gifts, lots of gifts, more than the digits on both of my hands. Jackets, flowers, paintings, and letters. It felt so surreal. I never thought anyone would do this for me. Told him that I love him regardless, presents or no presents, I'll love him anyway. And I don't know what came across his mind, but when I told him that he started to buy me food from the nearest restaurant. He bought me brownies, milkshakes, fraps, small cakes, sandwiches, carbonara. It was a lot. I got pretty overwhelmed because it felt too much. And it was too much. I was afraid I couldn't do the same thing for him. What does this girl want? Best friend doesn't want me date anymore and she herself is dating someone else. I'm a guy and I've a best friend who's a girl. We have spent a long time with each other. It's been 10 months now, not a single day goes without talking to her. We are close physically, we do have sex sometimes, as well as emotionally. However, she started dating someone a few days ago. Which I feel bad about and feel that I'm left alone now. I feel lonely, I feel there's no one to talk, which makes me very sad. I cry silently, sitting in my room. Sometimes, when I talk to her about her date boyfriend, she says don't call him a boyfriend, she doesn't like to call her date a boyfriend. Also, when I told her I feel lonely and I'm looking for a relationship with someone, she says you should not be dating anyone. You should be talking only to me. I don't understand why it doesn't allow me to date and herself is dating someone else. What is she thinking? Don't be someone else's second choice. Can I trust my girlfriend's story about being sexually assaulted? The last 3 years of my 6-year relationship have been hell. My current girlfriend F, 24, and I am, 25, have been together going on 6 years. About 3 years ago, she went to the bar with her friend. Note. I do not drink. Well, there she cheated on me with a co-worker that she had invited specifically to the bar. They went to his place and rounded home. I later found out about a week later. She promised that we could work through it and that it was a one-time mistake. I should have known then that it was a lie because not 2 months later, I found she was cheating on me again. Except this time she had started a whole relationship with a guy. Her grandma had passed and she told me she was going to Washington to bury her. Come to find out she spent 4 days at the new guy's house doing everything under the sun. She did this with a guy we both worked with. When she left his house to go to Idaho, not Washington, I found her old phone. I knew her password from the beginning of our relationship, entered it and found everything I needed to see to know the truth. She had been talking to this guy for a month and met up several times before staying with him. All the messages was her telling him and her new friends how horrible I was. The things she'd say was I emotionally abuse her, threaten her, etc. I have never done any of these things. I went through the phone, told her I found everything, and she tried to call me. For 3 days I ignored her calls. And then she showed up at our place. She promised on repeat that it didn't mean anything and insisted she had been coerced in some way to being with him. and that the messages stating to another man she loved him meant nothing. She again attempted to apologize, telling me how I can trust her. I like an idiot took her back and for 3 years have been depressed every day. I even quit my high salary job because I had to drive past this guy's house daily for 3 years. To my knowledge she hadn't cheated since this. However, about a week and a half ago she went to MI to visit family. While she was gone, one of her coworkers messaged me and told me she had been cheating on me with almost every man that worked at her place of employment. Of course I confronted her with this information and she denied it. It wasn't until I told her I didn't believe her that she stated she had been sexually assaulted by her boss and that she had quit the day before she left. One of the many claimed to have been with her. She refused to talk about it further and states that I am being insensitive and don't believe her. The truth is I don't know what to believe. I am at an emotional loss. Nothing seems quite right to me I don't know what to think and it just all seems too convenient that she told me nothing of this, then brings it up only when she is accused of cheating again. I have told her in the past if I ever find out she cheated again that she is no longer welcome in my life. What do I do? Who do I believe? She has been in MI so long that the marks the guy left have now faded as she says, and there is no proof anything happened. On top of this she is supposed to come back in a few days and I don't know what's going to happen when she gets here. I don't know how I will handle her trying to act like I wasn't told anything about her cheating just because this story that has zero credibility suddenly surfaced. Any advice is appreciated, thank you. After the first 2 paragraphs, I mentally checked out. Why even stay with her? Oh, this video has come to an end. If you want more such cool stories, then go to one of the many following videos.